Good evening, Glendon Martinez. Thank you very much for coming in. How does it feel to be taking on this role?
It's a big honor and it's a privilege to have been appointed as the next Chief Secretary. I'm very grateful for the trust that the Chief Minister has given on me, and obviously my predecessor, the Chief Secretary, who I've worked with him very closely for a number of years. As you know, the role of Chief Secretary is extremely important. I mean, we are managing a total of 5,000 civil servants. I mean, it's a role that is rooted in the history of Gibraltar, with my success with my predecessors having been people like Mr. Montado, Mr. Pitaluga, Mr. Gomez, Mr. Garcia, and now Mr. Gregg. So it's a great honor for me to be here now.
Yeah, we heard Mr. Picardo talk about your extensive CV. I'm not going to go into all of it, but he seemed to emphasise areas such as e-commerce, digitisation, modernising the postal service. That's a hint perhaps as to what's expected of you. What is your vision for the civil service going forward?
My vision is to modernise the civil service. I think that we have a great opportunity to automate systems, to improve on what we currently have. I mean, artificial intelligence is very new and it's already being used by civil service around the world. I mean, furthermore, the digital services, which I've heard Darren just mention, is a work in progress. There's a lot of work to be done. We already have over 100 services online. And obviously, I'm still conscious that despite the fact that I'm very much into modernizing and improving services, it's extremely important that we still, as a civil service, are available with public counters and available so that we serve the community, not only those who require e-services, but also those that require face-to-face interaction with our counters.
What will your priority be in your first week in the role? You'll be starting on the 1st of January.
Well, thankfully, I've been working already with the Chief Secretary, so I'm quite familiar with the role. I mean, first and foremost, what I have to do is have an open dialogue with the Chief Minister and ask him what are the main priorities, what are the main policies that he wants implemented, and have this discussion. Thankfully, we have a very open dialogue between us, so it's something that will work fine. Secondly, I want to take stock. I want to engage with my heads of departments. I want to engage with my employees and ensure that we all move forward in the same direction.
And in terms of the size of the civil service, I mean, you mentioned AI and people automatically start thinking about perhaps technology taking over roles. Anything you might care to say now in terms of...
I don't think so. I mean, I disagree. I don't think technology will take over roles. I think technologies, what they will do, they improve efficiencies. There will always be a requirement. We need to adapt. I mean, some roles that maybe 40 years ago were relevant are no longer relevant and become obsolete. So we need to adapt as a civil service. There will be roles that will never be taken over by computers. For example, teachers, care workers. So there is a lot of roles that will remain, but others that will improve so that we can create more efficiencies for the public, which is what we serve.
Thank you very much. And hopefully we'll be speaking to you in the future as well about some of these changes that you're effecting. Thank you very much and congratulations on taking the role.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you.